So what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at a 2021 Chevy Tahoe. This is my first time taking a look. I am going to show you this one, and then later on I'm going to do a video on a High Country. Now this is going to be a Premier, and from what I can see, the High Country is going to be the top of the line model that you can get. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and get into the video. Before we get started with the review, I want to show you guys the window sticker. That way you have a better idea of the options and features that come on this truck. So as you guys know, 5.3 is going to come standard, and you do have a 10-speed transmission. Now moving over to the standard equipment, here are going to be some of the benefits for the owner. This is going to be for your performance. Now I did notice that they do have a magnetic ride control for the suspension. Now that's just going to help, you know, with the dampening of the suspension. It's going to be able to change pretty quickly. I know Cadillac has that, and it does work well with, you know, just the overall performance of how the truck handles and comfort features. And then this is just going to continue from performance at the top here. And then here's going to be some connectivity. 10 speaker Bose is going to come standard with this, and then a 10.2-inch diagonal high definition screen. Like the way it looks. Cannot wait to show you guys around this interior. I think Chevy might have hit it out of the park here. And going down Bluetooth, this thing has a lot of features, just to be honest with you. I mean, there's so much to point out, but feel free to slow me down here by pausing. And then this is going to be for the interior. You're going to have 3 zones for automatic HVAC. Now it's going to have heated and ventilated front seats, and they're going to be bucket seats up front. So the bucket seats in the second row are standard for the Premier, and then you have a 60/40 bench for the third row. LED headlights, tail lights, daytime running lights, always a good feature to have, especially if you do a lot of night driving. And then all these safety features are going to come standard. So I don't know if you saw the first thing that was an automatic emergency braking, and then this is everything else that you see. Price of this truck is going to be $65,600, and then this is going to be for all your optional equipment. So the premium package is going to add the sunroof, is a panoramic sunroof, and it has a sunshade for $44.85. And then here's everything else that's going to come in that package: adaptive cruise control, all these things. So you have a lot more safety features added to this truck. I mean, this seems to be the focus on this, is safety. Now this does have the 22-inch wheels. I believe it comes with 20-inch standard wheels. If you get the High Country, it comes with 22s. And you have the black illuminated front, and then you have the bow tie emblem that's blacked out also, and then non-illuminated rear bow tie. So they do illuminate the bow tie, which is pretty cool. Now total options is $6,900. Total vehicle and options is $72,510, with the destination at $12,995. With destination added in, you have $73,805. Taking a look up front, you can definitely tell that this does look like the Silverado half tons, just a little bit, just with the overall headlight design, and even with the LED daytime running light. I'll show that to you in a second, but I do like the overall design. Even the lines in the hood are pretty nice. So you can kind of see how it kind of wraps around and goes up this way, and it kind of sinks in. Looks really nice. Chrome front grille, and it's kind of chopped up too. I like that. There's some black accents in it too. And this bow tie is blacked out, which really does clean it up perfectly. And I believe this might be illuminated too. I don't like that, but some people like a lot of light on their cars. But you do have parking sensors. I like that you can't really see them. There's 2 right here, and there's 1 on the bottom, and of course on that side also. Normally have been putting them on the sides too. I don't see any on this one. This is going to have full LED headlights, as you guys saw on the window sticker. These are going to be reflective style, and you're going to have a dual low beam, and you're going to have a high beam also, all the way closest to the grill. This is going to be your LED accent light right there. It's going to be like a daytime running light. And I noticed that they do have some open vents that kind of go this way. I believe that these are going to help push air away from the tires. Probably going to help with fuel economy. But I don't see any fog lights, and most of the manufacturers now are going away from that. I do know that this does have an active grille shutter, so it's going to help with aerodynamics too. And I do see that there is a camera on the front grille. For 2021, Chevy outdid themselves by adding an additional engine. Actually, I believe the 6.2 might be new for 2021 too, but the one you're looking at here is the 5.3. You also have a 6.2, which has more horsepower, like 420. I think this has 355. And the diesel, which is what I'm more excited about, is going to be inline 6, 3-liter Duramax. That's going to have 277 horsepower, 420 pound-feet, or 460 pound-feet of torque maybe. I'll put it here. I'm trying to remember this off of my bad memory, but I'm really excited about that. Now, that's not going to be for towing alone. That's probably going to be more towards fuel mileage. So just keep that in mind. But overall, I'm going to drive this and I'll see what kind of performance this has. I think for the most part, this has like the deactivation of the cylinder. So this is going to give you probably 20 on the highway easily. I mean, these big SUVs now can get pretty good fuel economy. I drove an older Tahoe one time for about an hour and I got about 23 on the highway. Now I was driving about 55 miles an hour. But with a 10-speed transmission, you should be able to get a little bit better than that. Now, I will say this. I was really excited to see what this new Tahoe / Suburban is going to look like, because they've done a pretty good job over the years of making them look different, and this one looks totally different from the outgoing Tahoe, and that's a good thing. I like the old Tahoe, but this one's better. This one's better in every way. Like, I love these mirrors. I like how they're not connected to the door. They're like off to the side, so air can kind of shoot through this. This should help with overall wind noise, and it looks good. I mean, it has a turn signal on the mirror. Now, these optional 22-inch wheels, I would strongly recommend, if you are buying this, this is the way to go. These wheels really do clean it up perfectly. You do have an independent front suspension, and looks like you have a 4-piston caliper. But I really do like the overall design of these wheels. Now, notice in here that they do have it, I always call this like a fabric material, and this is easy to clean, and it actually looks nicer and should help with overall road noise too. Now, you can get a 4-corner air suspension on this as an option, and that is new for 2021 too. I did notice with the High Country, you do have power running boards. I'm sure you can get it on this model too. You're just gonna have to probably get it as an option, but we'll check out the High Country later. Like I said, we can kind of compare what things are optional and standard. If you do choose these 22-inch wheels, they are going to be riding on 275 50/22 tires, and they are using a Bridgestone tire too. But take a look at the overall design. Like, look at the roof rails. These go well with chrome. Like, I do like the overall design. Like, I love these taillights too. Now, if you do want to open and close the door, big door handles. In order to lock it, you have to push the button. In order to unlock it, you can't do this. You have to push the button again to unlock it too. Luckily, they do give you a button for the back door, so if you have kids and you don't want to go up here, you can just do it from here now and then unlock the door. And we'll show the interior in a second. I can't wait to show that to you. But fixed running boards and just overall design is just, it's perfect, guys. They did a good job. Now, the back of a vehicle is typically an afterthought for some people, but Chevy did a good job. They really did a good job. Not too many emblems on the back. They just show you Tahoe and Premier, and the Chevy emblem is kind of hidden too. Love the taillights. Dual exhaust looks amazing, and they hide away your hitch. And again, you can't really see the parking sensors on the back of the bumper, but they're there. Now, if you want to pop open this back window, there is a button. You off to the side to the E, you push it, and it will open. Now, on the key, they also give you a button too to do the same thing. If you push it twice, you can hear it. Just to show you some more detail, look at your high mount stoplight up here. They do clear it out for you, and look how clean it does make the back end look. You don't have red up there as opposed to like how you have it down the bottom here. And they do hide the windshield wiper too. I remember back in the 90s, the Toyota 4Runner used to do that, and a lot of the manufacturers are going back to doing that because it cleans up the back end. But love the tail lights. It looks like they're still using incandescent bulbs for your turn signals and for your reverse lights and for your brake lights too, so I would like to see that as a change. Now, they do give you some LED accent lights, which will look nice when they go light up. But overall, design is an A+ on this. They do have a puddle light right here, camera off to the side, and like I said, that's again your LED turn signals on the mirrors, and they put your shark fin right there. Alright guys, so we're going to drive the Premier, and I'm just going to see just how nice this independent suspension is going to handle. I do like how thin the steering wheel is. I feel like it's a little bit more comfortable than steering wheels that are like thicker. I feel like it's just easier to kind of maneuver this around. At low speeds, it is easy to turn this thing. The 5.3 definitely does have good pickup too. It's quiet. And overall, I mean, make sure all the windows are closed. Overall, I can definitely tell that this thing is, oh yeah, it's definitely softer than the outgoing. Let me hit some bumps here. Nice. Oh yeah. Very quiet. The tires don't have any road noise. I'm only going 30 miles an hour, but still, really comfortable ride. Brakes are really, really nice also. Oh. Somebody's crossing the road. Oh yeah. This thing definitely does have more than enough power. You don't need the 6.2. I mean, I'm going 55 miles an hour right now. You don't hear an exhaust note. I guess when you see those quad exhausts, you expect to hear something, but you don't. I mean, this thing handles so much nicer. Let me put it in sport mode. Oh, I'm already in sport mode actually. So it does feel tight. Wow. This does not feel like your American big SUV like it used to. It feels really good. Let me put it back in normal mode now. Here we go. The magnetic ride should help a little bit in terms of the overall feel for the dampening. So far, I can tell that this thing handles really nicely, and it's pretty quiet for the most part. These cooled seats, actually no, the cooled seat doesn't work on this one. I thought it was on, but it's not. The good news is the AC does get cold. I feel like the steering is pretty precise too. When you turn the steering wheel, it moves. Even at low speeds, you can feel it kind of wobbling a little bit. Yeah, this doesn't feel like a Tahoe of the past. The independent rear suspension definitely does help significantly. You do have a power shift column too. And these seats are pretty supportive for the most part. Lumbar can be adjusted up and down too. But yeah, overall, I mean, the car handles well. It's soft when you need it to be, and you have good power too. I mean, I don't feel like I need more power out of this. Now, as if the exterior wasn't nice enough, they decided to really knock it out of the park with this interior. I really hope the Silverados, specifically the heavy duties, they step their game up, because this is nice. I like even just this overall design for the speaker grill. Has a pocket right here, cup holder, and you also have some storage. Now, I'm gonna nitpick here for a second. Too much hard plastic, guys, too much. I do not like hard plastic down here because this scratch is really easy, but they make up for it by giving you some leather on the door here. This is soft touch, like a vinyl material, and this is like a vinyl material at top with some stitching. Nice satin accents. Now, these are going to be auto up and down front. The rear is going to be auto down, but you have to hold it to go back up. You also have your memory seats up top here, 1 and 2, and you can set them right here. And you can lock and unlock it, which is up top, which is easy to find. Now on the side of your door, you do have your parking brake. You have lane keep assist, traction control, parking sensors that you can turn off, which is good. It also even gives you a screen inside of here that says parking sensors off. Let's see, traction control. Oh, this shows you the icon. I don't know if you saw that icon come up, but here it is again. Downhill assist, it shows it there. And lane keep assist. You can't do anything with lane keep assist probably when you're standing still. Auto start. And then your plugs also for around the interior. They do give you your automatic full drive system. They've carried this over. You do have driving modes too. Normal, sport, off-road, tow haul. And the way you do that is you have a toggle switch here. Pretty cool. Now they also give you your automatic headlights, which they've always done, and they give you a trailer brake. Now this does have the heads-up display where you can actually control that, and this screen is actually really big, guys. Like, I remember them saying that in the press release, and it's pretty big, and like the font is big. I think you guys can see it right there. It shows the miles per hour. I like that. Now up top, soft touch. This is not leather, but it is of nice high quality vinyl with stitching. And overall, the gauges, this is how Chevrolet does it. They don't do anything extravagant inside of here, but this looks good. Disregard that the battery is blinking. This car is in transport mode, so unfortunately, you know, that's probably why it's doing that. But when you head over, you start to see the wood trim pieces. And I don't know if I showed it to you guys, but check out that wood trim piece on the door there. Like, that's really nice too. And you just really start to see that Chevy went all out with this interior. Like, they did a good job. And leather piece right here, I mean, you can never have too much leather in a car, and they decided to give it to you where you really can see it as opposed to just sitting on it. I mean, even on the side here, look at this. I mean, this is perfect. Everything looks good. I'm still trying to figure out if I like this gear shifter. I mean, this button you can push. In order to reverse, you have to pull up. Neutral, you can push. Drive, you have to pull up. I see why they did that. It's a safety feature. And I believe Range Rover does something similar to this. If you can, in the comment section, let me know which other brands do this. But I'm still figuring out whether I like this or not. I'm still figuring that out. But huge display, touchscreen, very clean, very well thought out. I mean, this is what they've had for probably about, what, 5 or 6 years now, I believe. You do have Apple CarPlay and just so many different features on this thing. Now, moving on down, you have your audio. If you want to go to home, home will drop you back here. Dual climate control is just below your audio. Love that they still give you your buttons outside of the screen. You can control everything on here too. So if you like to jump up here on the screen, some people love the screen, some people still like the mechanics. I like the mechanics because I normally drive with this thing off because I've had a lot of occasions where this thing is a distraction. I like to keep it off when I'm driving. But they do give you a little, I don't know what this is. It's like a little storage thing. I don't know what you would get in there, but there's definitely some storage that you can put in here, and it's not opening either. Now, something that Chevy's proud of for 2021 for the Tahoe is these cameras. Now, that's one thing I have noticed from them that they've kind of lacked on, and for the heavy duty segment and now the Tahoe, they've done a really good job. Now, if you see these buttons here, I'm gonna push this button one time and it shows you your front and rear that you can see there. So it shows you the front, and then if you're backing up, it shows you the lines for that. Now you also have a camera that shows the back what you're doing. So if you start to back up, let me unleash the parking brake, where you guys can kind of get a good deal of what's going on. You guys can see the line here. That's the asphalt. And if you push this one, if you're going forward, you have to pull this up. It shows you what's going on up there. And if you move to this one, it shows you your front wheels when you're turning, and then it shows you the rear wheels. Really good for like parking to see where the lines are, like that. Now if you're towing a trailer, oh, sorry about that. If you're towing a trailer, you can also see the camera for that. And something I did not show you guys, here it is. This is your bird's eye view, and it shows you the front and rear tires for the lines, which I think is pretty useful when you're like going off road or something like that. And same thing goes for these views also. This one shows you the lines, shows you the front and rear tires. And also, it does not show one for this, which is pretty interesting. And this camera view is going to be for auxiliary camera, like if you want to add it to your trailer. And like I said, you can turn off the bird's eye by pushing this button here. But this is a really nice feature. I believe they have 9 cameras on this thing. It's a lot. So be sure you get a warranty. Up here, I'm sorry I'm jumping around everywhere. I'm just excited. This is my first time looking at this with you guys, and I'm just in awe. But this is going to be how you can control your high definition rear view mirror. You can actually control how bright it is. You can zoom in. I mean, come on guys, that's pretty cool. And then you can turn it on and off by flicking that up. And yeah, like this is, you can raise it and lower it. Up top, you have your home link, LED lights in the interior. This is how you open and close that rear tailgate. For some reason, it's not opening, unfortunately. You can drop the seats out back on the 3rd row by pushing a button. And you do have this optional panoramic sunroof that has a sunscreen, and it goes all the way back. Pretty cool. And really large sun visors. And they put, I believe these are probably LED. This is the best color to have inside of here, because when you have blue lights hitting you, it's kind of hard to see it. So I like that they use that color lighting in there. OnStar's right up top. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm sorry it's so dark in here. And if you want to open and close that sunroof, let's slide it all the way so you guys can see how far it goes back. I believe the previous generation Tahoe did not have a panoramic sunroof, so if you are in the market, this is a pretty nice one here too. You have a nice screen that will help block off the wind noise. And everything's one touch too. You hit the button once to open it and hit it once to close it. Alright, so I'm jumping back over here. If you open it like this, you have to push the button right here to close it. So I just figured that out. But overall guys, like I said, this is a nice interior. Like look at the wood trim that follows all the way across. I mean, just look at everything. Everything looks good. Good job, Chevy. You did a good job. I gotta give it to you. Hard plastic though down here. And then this is all hard plastic inside of here too. But not bad. I mean, hey, for the most part, it's still a nice interior. Now, you are gonna have a charging station just below. You have a Type A and Type C USB. And then you just have a standard power outlet. They're still putting these in the cars. Some people still like these. It is what it is. I don't really care for them. You have cooled and heated seats. And of course, none of that's going to work right now because it's in transport mode. You have open cup holders, a place to put your phone, and you have a decently large center console. They are going to give you 2 additional Type A, Type C USBs. You have a SIM card probably for the navigation too. Let's take a look at that too real quickly. So that's what your navigation is going to look like. Really clear, bright screen. And it's pretty quick too. When you push the buttons, it moves pretty quickly. Like let's go to phone, let's go to climate. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. It's pretty responsive, so that's good. Now taking a look out back, they don't skimp on the materials. You still get that nice high quality vinyl here and here, wood trim, leather right below, hard plastics. Bose sound system screen still looks nice. And when you step in, let me see if the seat goes back some, because it's pretty, oh nice, wow. It goes back pretty far, look at that. And they give you 2 big handles, which I like. Easy to step in if you're tall without the running board. If you aren't tall, they have a running board obviously. Now when you go to recline, this is as far back as it will recline. And let's see out back. Oh wow, There's actually a considerable amount of space back here. Now, if you have a car seat on this side and you have an older kid that likes to sit out back and be away from the family, there you go. Look how much space you have. I'm 6'1", and I could sit back here. I mean, they give me a Type-C USB to charge my phone. They give you one on that side also. And I can be content back here. Very content. And like I said, look at this. I mean, this is pretty comfortable. And remember, this is gonna have a 60-40 bench out back. And let me check and see if these seats recline. I don't think they do though. I don't think they do. I could be wrong. Well, I don't see that they do. I don't think they do. But these seats on the second row do. And if you remember on the window sticker, they're also heated. And don't worry, Chevy still gives you 2 more Type-C USBs. I'm starting to see these more prevalent in cars as opposed to the Type A's. Type A's are the old school USBs. These are the new school. Now up top, they do give you a place to hang your coat. They give you your air vents, LED lighting, and that panoramic sunroof comes all the way back here. So what I'm going to do next, again, I'm sorry I'm jumping around, I'm just really excited. I'm going to sit back here. Now this seat is further back than this one. As you guys saw on this side, I had great room. Now on this side, the seat's all the way back, and though it's not comfortable, this seat could probably go up maybe 1 or 2 inches and I'd be fine. But the person that's sitting in this seat could not recline it unless he goes all the way up and then gives himself some space. But for the most part, good job, Chevy. You did a good job. And I'm just hoping you guys give this interior to the heavy duty segment and the half-ton segment to help with the overall interior design. Stay tuned. I cannot get that rear tailgate to open, and I think it's because it's in ship mode. But you can drop these 2 seats with the button up front, as I showed you guys. So there it is. And they have really fixed the issue that they've had with the Tahoe. They gave it a lot more space. I believe it's like 30% more cargo space. It could be more than that. I'll put it here in the video. You do have buttons back here too if you need to drop these seats down. They give you buttons to drop them and raise them up. Yep. And they also give you buttons to drop these seats. So it's a lot of space. I'm gonna show you guys how it looked back here. All right, so this is what a grown man looks like in the back of the Tahoe. Now, if I sit all the way back on the tailgate, I can literally like have space before my feet even touch the second row seats. So this is a really big trunk on the Tahoe. Really nice. All right, so let me get out of here before I get claustrophobic. All right, so I'm gonna accelerate some. Okay. 60, 70, and 80. So it has good power. I mean, the 6.2 is gonna be a little bit more quicker than that. But this is perfect. You don't need much more than this, honestly. This is more than enough power. I can hear some road noise. I thought that having these mirrors disconnected from the, from the door, the traditional way, would help a little bit, but I don't really see that that's the case. I hear a lot of wind noise. But it's not bad though. I mean, it's way better than, my Ram trucks are. And I like having this rear view mirror. This is nice, really nice. I mean, as far as the mirrors go, I did not adjust my mirrors. Let me just check. The mirrors are big for this, and you can see out of them pretty nice also. You do have blind spot monitoring, and overall, I mean, like I said, this thing feels really easy to maneuver. The steering is a little bit tighter, it feels like. Yeah, and it's just an overall good vehicle, easy to drive, has good acceleration. The brakes are really strong. Like, you don't have to push that much to get it stopping either. Like, I have it just a little bit down, and it's slowing down pretty nice. If I hit the brakes, oh yeah, this thing is, wow, it'll stop. Whoa, I didn't notice that it was kind of like swaying a little bit when I hit the brakes hard like that, but it still handled pretty well. ABS comes on really quickly also. It just kind of started to like pulsate a little bit. As far as I have all the seats down, but I'm gonna drive a high country, so stay tuned for that one. I'll let you guys know how much blind spots you have for that. But like I said, overall guys, I'm impressed. I could drive this every day. And I don't know if I mentioned, this thing does get 20 on the highway and 16 in the city. And I believe that the 6.2 gets like 19 on the highway and like 14. Now this does have the deactivation cylinder, so that's going to help when you're at a constant speed of 60, 65. So that's going to help you. Alright, so one neat thing that Chevy added to the Tahoe and Suburban is this trailering information. They do this on their truck segment too. So it shows your GVWR, which is gross vehicle weight rating. So you cannot exceed this. So once you add your max tongue weight of 820 pounds down below, and you add all your passengers and your gear, you cannot exceed 7,500 pounds. Now this truck, with no passengers or nothing in it, from the factory weighs 5,900 pounds basically. So just be sure to check this out when if you are looking to tow a trailer. This is very helpful and useful. And I'll do a Weight Watchers for this specific vehicle to show you how much trailer you can tow. So stay tuned for that. But hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Stay tuned for the high country video coming soon. What I'm going to do is, this tailgate will not open, so I will show you guys that feature on the next video here. But again, I appreciate you guys' support over the year, and I will see you soon.